Grammy since he's been with Beyonce, right? And you go prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association. Like you see, the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet.
Trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
Beyonce.
The association to Beyonce. That's when we started to receive the 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. You see the kids.
What if the picture-perfect image of one of music's most celebrated families is built on a foundation of deception and tragedy? 50 Cent has ignited fierce controversy by questioning the parentage of Blue Ivy Carter, suggesting she is not the biological daughter of Jay-Z and Beyoncé but instead connected to a woman named Kathy White whose life ended abruptly. This claim has sent shockwaves through fan communities and entertainment circles alike. For years, observers have noted resemblances and timelines that fuel doubt about the official story of Blue Ivy's birth. Insiders and commentators point to inconsistencies in public appearances and medical narratives that surround the pregnancy announcement. 50 Cent, known for his direct style and history of industry conflicts with Jay-Z, appears to be amplifying long-standing whispers through indirect channels to avoid legal repercussions. The story involves allegations of a hidden affair, a pregnancy that overlapped with Beyoncé's public one, and a sudden death ruled as natural but viewed with deep suspicion by some. Kathy White, a professional in public relations, reportedly had connections to Jay-Z that went beyond business. Her passing came at a critical moment when media attention focused heavily on the Carters' expanding family. These elements combine to create a narrative of power, control, and potential silencing that challenges the celebrated legacy. As details emerge from various sources including interviews and social discussions, the public is left to weigh the evidence against the polished public persona. The intensity of this debate highlights ongoing tensions in the entertainment world where personal lives become public battles. Questions persist about biological ties, family dynamics, and the lengths taken to maintain an image. This situation forces a re-evaluation of trust in high-profile stories and the realities behind fame. The involvement of 50 Cent adds layers due to past rivalries and his willingness to speak on sensitive topics. Viewers and listeners find themselves drawn into a complex tale that blends celebrity culture with serious accusations demanding careful consideration.
I was watching Beyonce's early career, not by choice. It was just in your face, like it was in the building, like so it was right there. And then with Destiny's Child in the early stages, you see, it's a group, it's a thing. And then when she blossoms out of it, it turns into something that's even crazier. Like you don't miss.
The long-standing professional and personal relationship between Jay-Z and Beyoncé has captivated audiences worldwide since their early days collaborating on hit records. Their marriage in 2008 marked the beginning of a dynasty that expanded to include children and massive business empires spanning music labels, clothing lines, and entertainment ventures. However, this union has not been without its share of external pressures and internal rumors that surface periodically. One persistent thread involves claims about family matters that extend beyond typical tabloid fodder into more serious territory regarding biological connections. 50 Cent's recent actions have brought renewed focus to these matters by highlighting discrepancies noted by commentators over time. Kathy White's name enters the conversation as someone who allegedly shared a close association with Jay-Z during a period leading up to major public announcements by the couple. Reports from journalists who interacted with her describe a capable, educated woman involved in promotional work who suddenly became unavailable. The timing of her reported passing aligns closely with the period when Beyoncé publicly revealed her pregnancy with Blue Ivy at a major awards show. This coincidence has led some to examine official statements and visual records for any signs of irregularity in the pregnancy portrayal. Interviews with figures like Jaguar Wright have added voices that question the natural progression of events and suggest alternative explanations for family formations. These accounts describe dynamics within the industry where personal relationships can carry significant consequences. 50 Cent's history of public exchanges with Jay-Z provides context for why he might engage with such topics now. Past feuds involving business decisions and lyrical responses established a pattern of indirect confrontations. As social media amplifies these discussions, the public gains access to older interviews and statements that gain new relevance. The core issue revolves around verifying parentage claims against documented timelines and appearances. Experts in celebrity reporting emphasize the need for substantiated information while acknowledging how powerful figures manage narratives. This case exemplifies broader patterns in entertainment where privacy intersects with public interest. Ongoing conversations reveal divided opinions among fans who defend the family and those seeking deeper truths. The role of media outlets in shaping or questioning these stories remains central to understanding the full picture. Exploring the background of Kathy White reveals a woman who built a career in public relations and maintained connections within entertainment circles. Accounts from those who knew her professionally paint a portrait of someone ambitious and well-educated who navigated high-profile environments. Her reported interactions with Jay-Z formed the basis of many speculative theories that have circulated for years. Liz Crokin, a journalist, shared details of attempts to interview White before her untimely death, describing efforts to reach her that ended with news of her passing from what was officially determined to be a brain aneurysm. This medical explanation has been scrutinized due to White's reported good health and active lifestyle at the time. The proximity of this event to the Carters' pregnancy announcement created a timeline that some interpret as more than coincidental. Public discussions often reference visual comparisons between Blue Ivy and descriptions or images associated with White. These observations contribute to debates about genetic similarities and family traits. Beyoncé's public appearances during the pregnancy period, including a notable moment on an Australian television program where her attire appeared to shift unusually, added fuel to existing conversations about authenticity. Television host Wendy Williams dedicated segments to analyzing footage in slow motion, pointing out what she described as irregularities in the bump's appearance. Such commentary, while entertaining to some, highlighted how celebrity pregnancies become subjects of intense public analysis. 50 Cent's involvement brings a different energy rooted in his street credibility and history of calling out industry peers. His approach avoids direct legal vulnerabilities by leveraging networks and suggestive commentary. This method allows amplification of existing rumors without providing easily contestable statements. The broader context includes Jay-Z's documented relationships and past controversies that some connect to patterns of behavior. Commentators like Jaguar Wright have spoken extensively about industry practices and personal accounts that challenge official versions of events. These perspectives encourage listeners to consider multiple angles before forming conclusions. The absence of definitive proof keeps the discussion alive across platforms. As new generations discover these stories, the narrative evolves with fresh interpretations. Understanding the human elements behind the fame requires balancing respect for privacy with pursuit of transparency.
Jay-Z ain't answering the phone?
He ain't answering the motherfucking phone.
Rolling, everybody, quiet.
Let's turn off prompter for this one.
The entertainment industry's complex web of relationships often leads to situations where personal decisions impact public perceptions for years afterward. In the case of Jay-Z and Beyoncé, their status as a power couple has invited constant examination of every milestone, including the arrival of their children. Blue Ivy's birth in 2012 was celebrated widely, yet retrospective looks at the preceding months have uncovered layers of speculation. 50 Cent's commentary serves as a catalyst that revives dormant questions about the circumstances surrounding that time. Sources close to the events have alleged that White may have been involved in a personal capacity with Jay-Z, leading to a pregnancy that overlapped with the official Carter family timeline. The sudden nature of White's death raised eyebrows among those familiar with her background as a fit and professional individual. Medical reports cited natural causes, but some voices in the conversation suggest external factors could have played a role given the stakes involved. This speculation extends to discussions about influence within legal and media systems that might shape outcomes. Jason Lee of Hollywood Unlocked has referenced knowledge of these matters in various appearances, adding credibility through his connections. His comments imply awareness of details not fully disclosed to the general public. Such statements contribute to a climate where trust in mainstream narratives is tested. Beyoncé's response to personal challenges, including rumored infidelities, has been portrayed as one of resilience and focus on family and career. However, accounts of emotional moments at events suggest underlying strains. The dynamic between Jay-Z and his collaborators, including artists like Rihanna, has also been subject to examination for signs of tension within the marriage. These elements create a multifaceted story that encompasses love, ambition, betrayal, and protection of legacy. 50 Cent's rivalry adds motivation rooted in past business and personal differences that have played out publicly. By engaging with the Blue Ivy topic, he taps into existing curiosity while maintaining his reputation for bold commentary. The public reaction demonstrates how celebrity stories resonate on emotional levels, prompting debates about ethics, truth, and accountability. Continued interest ensures that all perspectives receive consideration as information surfaces. Rumors within the music business frequently originate from insider knowledge that eventually finds its way into broader discussions. The Kathy White situation exemplifies this process, beginning with journalistic inquiries and evolving into widespread online analysis. White's professional life placed her in environments where interactions with prominent figures were common. Her reported decision to potentially share her experiences publicly preceded her death, according to those who spoke with her. This sequence of events has led many to ponder motives and consequences in high-stakes relationships. Beyoncé's pregnancy journey was documented through performances and appearances that millions watched closely. Moments that seemed ordinary at the time later became focal points for alternative interpretations. The Australian interview incident, where physical presentation drew comments, illustrates how small details gain significance in hindsight. Wendy Williams' breakdown of the footage brought mainstream attention to the topic during its initial circulation. Such discussions, while speculative, reflect genuine public interest and authenticity. 50 Cent's recent contributions fit into a pattern of addressing topics others avoid due to potential backlash. His careful phrasing suggests awareness of legal boundaries while still conveying strong implications. This strategy has proven effective in maintaining his voice in ongoing industry conversations. Jay-Z's history includes both celebrated achievements and controversies that shape how new allegations are received. Connections to other figures in the industry, including those facing their own legal matters, provide additional context for evaluating claims. Jaguar Wright's outspoken perspectives have introduced detailed accounts that challenge prevailing stories. Her willingness to discuss sensitive subjects has earned both support and criticism. The collective body of commentary creates a rich tapestry for those seeking to understand the full scope. Blue Ivy herself represents the next generation navigating life under intense scrutiny. Her public appearances showcase talent and poise, yet the surrounding narratives impact her story as well. Balancing celebration of accomplishments with examination of origins requires nuance and care. As time progresses, more voices may contribute to clarifying or complicating the established record. Power dynamics in relationships within the spotlight often involve negotiations between personal feelings and professional necessities. For Jay-Z and Beyoncé, maintaining their brand has required addressing various challenges privately while presenting unity publicly. Allegations regarding external relationships and their consequences form part of the lore surrounding their journey. The introduction of Blue Ivy into this narrative brought joy to fans but also intensified existing questions. 50 Cent's decision to highlight these issues aligns with his track record of engaging in public discourse on matters affecting his peers. By focusing on parentage, he touches on fundamental aspects of identity and truth. Kathy White's story, as relayed through multiple sources, includes elements of ambition, connection, and abrupt conclusion that invite deeper inquiry. The official cause of death has not fully satisfied all observers, leading to alternative theories that persist. Journalistic efforts to document her experiences provide valuable historical context. Public fascination with celebrity families stems from a desire to see relatable human experiences behind extraordinary success. This case demonstrates how quickly speculation can spread in the digital age. Comments from various personalities add layers of interpretation that enrich the overall discussion. The absence of conclusive evidence from primary parties keeps the conversation active. Beyoncé's artistic output has occasionally been analyzed for potential references to personal struggles. Songs and performances carry emotional weight that fans connect to real-life events. Jay-Z's business acumen and lyrical content similarly invite scrutiny for hidden meanings. 50 Cent's perspective offers a contrasting viewpoint shaped by his own experiences in the industry. His ability to remain relevant through commentary demonstrates strategic thinking. As the story develops, it serves as a reminder of the complexities inherent in fame. Audiences benefit from considering diverse sources before reaching judgments. The interplay between fact and rumor defines much of modern celebrity culture. Continued attention to this topic may yield additional insights or reinforce existing positions depending on new developments. The evolution of celebrity scandals shows patterns where initial reports gain momentum through repeated discussion and new angles. In this instance, the combination of timing, appearances, and insider statements has sustained interest in the Blue Ivy parentage question. 50 Cent's contributions provide contemporary relevance to older material. His history with Jay-Z includes competitive moments that inform current interactions. Understanding this background helps explain the tone and approach taken. Kathy White's professional achievements and personal connections position her as a significant figure in the narrative. Accounts of her final communications suggest intentions to disclose information that could have altered public understanding. The interruption of those plans through her passing creates an unresolved element that fuels ongoing speculation. Medical and investigative details have been reviewed by interested parties seeking clarity. While official records stand, questions about influencing factors in such cases are not uncommon in discussions of influential individuals. Beyoncé's strength as a performer and business leader has earned widespread admiration. Her handling of family matters reflects priorities centered on protection and legacy building. Public moments of vulnerability, as described in various accounts, humanize the larger-than-life image. The couple's children represent the future of their empire, making any questions about origins particularly sensitive. 50 Cent's engagement with the topic demonstrates how personal rivalries can intersect with larger conversations. His platform allows amplification of perspectives that might otherwise remain marginal. Social media plays a crucial role in disseminating and debating these ideas rapidly. Fans and critics alike contribute to the discourse with varying levels of investment. The lack of direct responses from the Carters allows speculation to fill the void. This dynamic is common in high-profile situations where legal considerations limit commentary. As more time passes, the story integrates into the broader history of the artists involved. It prompts reflection on values of transparency and accountability in entertainment. Observers continue to monitor for any official statements or developments that might provide resolution or further complexity. Industry relationships frequently involve layers of loyalty, competition, and strategic alliances that influence public stories. Jay-Z's extensive network includes collaborations and conflicts that shape his public persona. The current focus on family matters adds a personal dimension to these professional elements. 50 Cent's bold style contrasts with more reserved approaches, making his input particularly notable. By addressing the Blue Ivy situation, he connects current events to historical claims. Kathy White's background as an independent professional adds weight to discussions about her role in events. Testimonies from colleagues and acquaintances provide context for understanding her life and connections. The convergence of timelines between her experiences and the Carters' announcements creates compelling narrative threads. Analysis of public records, interviews, and visual evidence forms the basis for many arguments presented. While interpretations differ, the persistence of the topic indicates its resonance. Beyoncé's career trajectory demonstrates remarkable resilience and creative output despite external pressures. Her influence extends beyond music into culture and business, establishing a standard for excellence. Family representations in media often emphasize positive aspects while minimizing challenges. This approach is understandable given the invasive nature of fame. However, it also leaves room for alternative narratives to emerge. 50 Cent's perspective, informed by his own journey from street life to success, brings authenticity to his commentary. His willingness to engage controversial subjects distinguishes him in the field. Public discourse benefits from multiple viewpoints that challenge singular accounts. The Blue Ivy allegations touch on themes of identity, heritage, and truth-seeking that transcend individual cases. They encourage critical thinking about information sources and motivations behind stories. As participants in the conversation share their insights, the collective understanding grows more nuanced. Future developments may alter perceptions or solidify current views. The ongoing nature of this discussion reflects broader societal interests in justice, transparency, and human stories behind success. Resolving complex celebrity narratives requires patience and attention to available evidence over time. The situation involving 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and questions about Blue Ivy continues to generate interest due to its emotional and cultural significance. Kathy White's story serves as a pivotal element that connects various threads of speculation. Her professional life and reported personal connections provide foundation for examination. The circumstances of her passing remain a point of focus for those reviewing timelines and statements. 50 Cent's role in highlighting these issues stems from his established pattern of direct engagement with industry matters. His history with Jay-Z informs the context in which current comments are made. This background enriches understanding of motivations and approaches. Beyoncé and Jay-Z have built an impressive shared legacy that includes artistic achievements and philanthropic efforts. Their family life represents an important aspect of their public image. Questions raised about parentage challenge elements of that narrative in ways that prompt careful consideration. Public figures like Jaguar Wright and Jason Lee contribute additional layers through their expressed views and experiences. These contributions add depth to the conversation even as they remain unverified in certain aspects. The entertainment landscape thrives on stories that blend achievement with human drama. This particular case exemplifies how personal allegations can intersect with broader industry critiques. Audiences engage with such content seeking entertainment, information, or validation of existing beliefs. The absence of definitive closure maintains engagement across platforms. As new generations encounter the story, fresh perspectives emerge that reinterpret known facts. Responsible discussion involves acknowledging uncertainties while exploring possibilities. The Carters' continued success demonstrates their ability to navigate challenges while focusing on forward momentum. 50 Cent's interventions keep the dialogue active, ensuring important questions receive attention. Ultimately, the pursuit of truth in public matters benefits society by promoting accountability and critical awareness. This narrative serves as a compelling example of the complexities inherent in modern fame and the stories that surround it.